How's it going, everybody? My name's Warner Fields with Fields of Profit. I'm a high six-figure full-time Amazon seller, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking down some specific strategies you can use to make $100 a day on Amazon, and I'm also going to be covering how much money you should actually expect to be able to spend in order to make $100 a day in profit selling on Amazon. Before we jump into the information, if you guys are brand new to selling on Amazon or new to the channel and you want even more free resources to learn how to sell on Amazon, linked directly below me is going to be my completely free Amazon seller Discord community. There's over 22,000 people in there sharing a ton of free information. Would love to see you in there, but let's go ahead and jump into the video. So I could sit here and give you some pie in the sky ideas for how you could make $100 a day selling on Amazon, but if you don't have the money to do so, you're just not gonna be able to. So the first thing I wanna talk about with you guys is the specific financials that's gonna be involved in making $100 a day. Now, if you don't have the kind of money that it's gonna take to be able to actually make $100 in profit every single day, don't let that discourage you. You can absolutely start selling on Amazon with $1,000, even as little as $500. Just start with whatever you have. But just for the specific topic, we're gonna be talking about it in this way. This is a very simple little spreadsheet I built for the FBA roadmap. It allows our members to plug in all their specific numbers and get some specific daily spend goals, which is kind of the key to growing on Amazon, because we can sit here and say, oh, I want to make $100 a day in profit selling on Amazon, but that doesn't mean anything if you're not able to set a daily spend goal, which is kind of going to be the easiest thing to control in your business, so that you can make sure after all those items check in, after all the shipping has been done, you actually are going to be on track to be making $100 a day. So let's just hypothesize here, and let's say so far this year you've done $10,000 in revenue. So far this year you've spent $5,000 to make that happen. That's a fairly standard breakdown, especially for online arbitrage. You're going to be somewhere around 50% of your cost of goods making up your revenue. Like I said, if you want to copy all the calculations here, it's not anything super fancy, but if you are in the FBA roadmap, you do have access to this calculator. But let's say down here, let's say just for a number here, let's say I want to sell $10,000 a month on Amazon. That's going to mean down here in the bottom that every month you're going to have to spend $5,000. Or let's say you want to be a big seller and you want to sell $50,000 a month. That means every month you're going to have to spend $25,000. Every day you're gonna have to spend $833. And this is something that I actually do for my own business. Pretty often I'll reevaluate, set a new daily spend goal for myself. And that's been a major way I've been able to continue to grow my business. It's just part of my to-do list every single day. I've made sure I've spent all the money I need to spend. So for me, my daily spend goal right now is about $3,000. Probably gonna be upping that to about $4,000 a day here before too long. Last couple days I've been spending about $5,000. So well on pace to hit my goals this year for sure. But you know, you came here for the profit, right? You didn't come here for revenue. So let's talk about setting a profit specific goal. So let's say so far this year you have made $5,000 in profit, and in order to make that happen you've spent $15,000. That would put your ROI somewhere around 33%, which is fairly standard for doing online arbitrage. That would even be a little bit low. So this is a pretty conservative estimate in terms of setting a realistic goal for your business. I know a lot of you guys are probably somewhere around there, around 35% ROI. I recently did a survey asking people what their ROI is. You know, everyone naturally they're going to over report a little bit, but most people probably their numbers would have ended up somewhere around here where they spent $12,500 and they were able to make $5,000 in profit. But again, I want to be very, very conservative, set a very, very conservative expectation of this business for you guys. So let's say your ROI is 33% and your desired profit per month, let's say, oh, I want to make $3,000 a month. That's about $100 a day. So having all these numbers in mind here, that means you're going to need to spend about $9,000 every month and spend $300 every single day. So I know for a lot of you new sellers out there, that seems like an absolutely overwhelming amount of money. I promise you, as you start to grow your Amazon business, these kind of numbers are only natural if you think about how fast your money compounds as an Amazon seller. Right here, we're looking at a 33% ROI. That means every single time we buy a product, very conservatively within 2 months, we've multiplied that dollar by 1.33. So you have to think about the fact that you can usually turn your money over about 6 to 8 times a year. So that can really, really start to compound, especially if you have a little bit of money to invest in starting this business. So if you don't have $9,000 to actually start right now, I know a lot of you guys don't have $9,000 out there to go out and spend on a business, especially if you're brand new to the space. Don't spend $9,000 in your first month. Absolutely not. You need to be learning the business first. I don't want you guys to take on unnecessary risk, but now that we've set an expectation of how much money you're actually gonna have to spend every single day, let me go ahead and show you guys one specific strategy you guys can go take action on right now and start making money buying profitable products. So if you watched my most recent video where we break down everything I look at when we're trying to find profitable items to sell, you probably recognize this item. If you're interested in that kind of video, go check that one out. It's the most recent video on my channel. But the reason I've gone ahead and pulled up this item here is because we know that this is a profitable item, right? And so I can reasonably infer that the sellers on this listing, we found it at Academy. It was selling for $11. We can sell it for $27 on Amazon, $6 profit, 55% ROI. The sales per month aren't amazing, but it's enough to be interesting, right? 65 sales per month, good ROI. So from here, what I want to do is do something called reverse sourcing. If you're familiar with the channel, I know you're probably very familiar with this sourcing strategy, but let me go ahead and show you guys how it works here. So we're going to go ahead and use SellerAmp down here, and then down here on SellerAmp, we're going to go ahead and scroll down to the offers tab, and this is going to show us every single seller that's on this listing. So now we're going to go ahead and pick the sellers that are sort of similar to our business, kind of our most natural competitors. We don't want to be competing with people who have thousands and thousands of reviews. Let me see if we can find an example here. It looks like a lot of these guys are fairly new sellers. We can tell by the number of feedback they have. See, there's only 25 and 1 and 13. So these sellers, their product, since they have so few reviews, it's probably going to be pretty easy to figure out where they're getting these products from. As you get more experienced with online arbitrage and Amazon in general, you're going to get better at hiding where your margins actually come from. So for these new sellers, we're probably going to be able to pretty easily find out where they're buying this stuff from. So from here, I want to look at every single thing that this specific seller is selling right here. They've got 13 feedback. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into their storefront here with this tool called SellerAmp. This tool is about 20 bucks a month. It's probably my favorite, maybe my second favorite tool to use in my Amazon business. Would highly recommend it to you guys, but we're going to go ahead and look for products that would fit our storefront based on a couple criteria. So for one, we need to make sure we can buy it for the max cost option. SellerAmp kind of has that baked in. So for me, I want to make 35% ROI and $3 profit per unit. And so it's kind of running those calculations there and telling me what I would have to buy it for. In this case, I would have to get paid $2 to take this item. So probably not going to be a lot of profit here. We can also see that Amazon is on this listing. Again, we can see the Keepa charts here as well. There's a ton of data on this page to help us make a smart decision. So right away, we can scroll past this item. Amazon's on it. We can't pay negative $2 for a pack of pens. So moving on here, I see this item, which is a little bit more interesting. I'm noticing on the Keepa chart right here, this orange bar tells me that Amazon was on it fairly recently, but they're not on it right now. And the sales rank on this item is actually 64, which is super, super low. So I am going to go ahead and check out this product. This could be kind of a riskier play we could make. For a lot of you beginners out there, I would generally recommend not competing with listings that Amazon has been on for more than 25% of the last 30 days or even 90 days. That's kind of what we go by with my team personally. But if I do find an item like this where the sales volume is just absolutely crazy. So for example, it looks like the sales rank here is 86. It's actually selling so fast that it's even glitched out SellerAmp a little bit here. But I would estimate this product that is ranked 64 in pets right now is selling extraordinarily fast, probably 10,000 plus units a month. That's just kind of volume you do get into when you're working at scale on Amazon. And it looks like the FBA sellers on this listing are selling it for $31.86. So down here on SellerAmp, something else I like to use is the Arbitrage Hero integration. And this is another tool for a lot of you brand new sellers out there. You probably don't need this, but it just kind of gives me an idea of where I might be able to buy this product. If you don't have that integration, what I like to do is click the Google button, and then that's going to go ahead and pull it up in Google and see where I might be able to buy it from. So it looks like we saw on the Arbitrage Hero extension there, it looks like Chewy's got it for 15 bucks. SellerAmp's telling us we'd have to get it for $14, but if we plug in 15 bucks, in this case, since this item is selling super fast, there could be a little bit of a play to be made here. In my opinion, Amazon hasn't been out of stock long enough on this item. So I would personally pass. If you want to make a riskier play on this, be my guest. For my personal business, doesn't make a lot of sense to buy that item. Let's just go ahead and keep on scrolling here. Let's see if we can find something on this storefront. So in the interest of time on this video, I scrolled a little bit so you can see this is where we were when we cut. I scrolled down to this item right here. These little jerky chews, they kind of stuck out to me because I noticed that the sales rank was super, super low, which is good. It's about a 4,000 sales rank, which means it's selling a ton of product. I did notice that Amazon is currently on it, but when we look at the Keepa chart here, we can see that there's almost never a yellow line here. So it looks like Amazon has some pretty significant trouble staying in stock. And in this case, that might actually be a good thing that Amazon's on this listing right now, because other sellers who look at this product are going to see, oh, Amazon's on it. I'm scared of that. I'm going to run away. So that might be a little bit of a competitive advantage if we want to go in here and dig a little bit more into the data. So I did go ahead and pull this up on Amazon here. So right now we've got this item is selling for about $26. This Chrome extension down here is called Keepa. This tool is 100% essential to running an Amazon business. If you're a brand new Amazon seller, you need Keepa. It's about 20 bucks a month, but we can see right now this product is selling for $26. In the past, it's been selling for $23 for a little bit, $25. Before that, it was selling for 28 bucks. And we can see how often Amazon has trouble staying in stock on this listing. And then I also noticed that this product is available on Walmart.com over here for $12.98. Plus, if you have that Walmart credit card, you get 5% cash back. There's a little bit of a nugget for you guys. I love using that 5% cash back card. You can also get sales tax exempt from Walmart. So there's a bunch of opportunity here to get this product pretty cheap. So let's say we're just buying this product for $13 outright. I would even have some cash back to bake into these margins here. But let's say we're selling this product for 26 bucks. We're buying it for $12.98. It looks like the ROI isn't quite there for my own personal taste. 26% is a little bit low, but on an item like this that's selling super fast, again, it looks like the sales are unknown on this one. SellerAmp's having a hard time with these really fast selling listings for whatever reason. But when we go ahead and plug in that cost price, looks like we're making $3.47 per unit. So we are making enough profit per unit. This item is selling super fast. Amazon is having a ton of trouble staying in stock. And another major benefit of being on listings like this, where there's an absolute crazy amount of volume, is because I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about price tanking on Amazon. Been around for 5 years. It'll be around for 5 more years. You're just going to have to deal with it as an Amazon seller. But one awesome way that I've been able to avoid price tanking is selling on listings that have a little bit higher volume, because they're just selling so fast that a lot of new sellers who do tend to cause a lot of the price tanking just don't have the funds to stock up deep enough to really ruin a listing. So there's another big nugget for you guys. Those high volume listings are going to be an awesome place to start selling, because price tanking is going to be so much harder on listings, which is why I don't think this product is honestly a horrible product. Personally, in my Amazon business, I'm totally fine going down to 25% ROI. I wouldn't go much lower than this, but for a product like this that's selling super fast, seems fairly consistent. I guess worst case scenario here, we'd be selling it for $23.61. Would not really be happy with that, but this item has a pretty decent track record. Looks like the number of new sellers has increased here, but like I said, with the volume, I kind of like this product. 26% ROI, and we could sell an absolute crazy amount of these units, guys. I bet we could probably buy about 100 to 200 units as a test buy, probably sell those in a week or two. Just knowing how fast that this item would sell, being 4,000 rank in the pet category, could be a pretty decent lead here. So that glove kit and those dog treats are honestly products you guys could go out and buy right now. I wouldn't super recommend it, since I just put it in a video that a couple thousand people are probably going to watch, but we'll see. I've put items in videos before and no one actually went out and bought it. So you never know, it could be a profitable item. But from there, after we do go ahead and buy an item like that, or another item that you use, maybe you saw something in the video that I missed, go out and buy that product. To be a little bit harder for other people to find that item. But once you do that, you're going to go ahead and ship those items typically to your house as a brand new Amazon seller. And then from there, you can either use Amazon Seller Central to create a shipment, which is a little bit of slow of a process. I would recommend doing that for maybe your first shipment, maybe 1 or 2 shipments, and then invest in a tool called Inventory Lab. And basically what Inventory Lab is going to do is it's going to allow you to list your products a whole lot faster. The interface is just a lot easier to use. If you've gotten into the weeds selling on Amazon at all yet, I'm sure you're very familiar that Amazon's back-end systems can be a little bit tricky to deal with. So I like to use third-party software to help me simplify those processes. I'm absolutely willing to invest a little bit of money into software to save me hours and hours. That's just how we have to make decisions as a business owner. But either option is fine. You can go ahead and send those items into Amazon for about 30 cents a pound, which is an awesome aspect of selling on Amazon FBA, because we do have those discounted UPS rates and FedEx rates to help us ship those products into Amazon way cheaper. But after you go ahead and ship those products into Amazon, your work is pretty much done. There's going to be some pricing stuff that you're going to want to take care of on the back end. Just monitor everything. Make sure you don't get any IP complaints. Make sure you don't get any issues, no messages on your account, anything like that. Just make sure you're maintaining that kind of stuff. But Amazon is naturally going to sell those items for you. They're going to send it off to the customers for you. And then from there, it's just going to be your job to collect those profits, pull out anything you need to pull out, but I'd highly recommend in reinvesting as much as humanly possible. But building up that $9,000 that we talked about at the beginning of the video is absolutely going to be possible with this strategy that I just showed you guys in this video. It's about $40 a month worth of software. Absolutely doable. So if you guys did get value out of this video, please feel free to add some value to my business and hit that subscribe button down below. I really appreciate that. If you have any questions, comments, anything like that, feel free to drop that down below as well. But I really appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you next time.